I'm in Russia now, amazing. This is the challenges of overlanding. It's a military checkpoint, entering into Dagestan. I just crossed the border out of Russia into Kazakhstan. It's so hot. I bought another 2 liters of water. I just squeezed them in. So it's like a different planet. They don't understand English, they don't understand, and I can speak Kasak. I'm in Russia now, amazing. The border crossing, I'm gonna do a video about that. That was intense. I should say interview, but let's see what else coming. So I put the turkey net into a plastic bag because I don't want to have it seen. It's a military equipment and it just probably would cause some irritations. Got the insurance now. Was 1,600 rubles, negotiated down, which is like $16 US. The other lady charged 3,500 rubles. So you have to negotiate here. They're trying to make money with you. Let's see. I decided to take a little bit longer route via Budyunovsk in the west to avoid the region of Dagestan, Ingushetia and Chechnya, as there have been terrorist attacks recently. Within 3 days I headed up to Astrakhan and crossed the border into Kazakhstan. First time fueling up in Russia. It's almost 20 liters for 1,200 rubles, which is like 12 euros, like $13 US. So pretty cheap here. Okay, it's first time trouble sleeping. So I rode like, I don't know, 400 kilometers. I did the border crossing today. I'm tired. And I arrived in this medium-sized town, village, city. They have a few hotels, maybe like 20 or so. I checked out 5 and none of them let me park my bike inside or had a sleeping place where I can have the bike just underneath. So I'm not gonna do this. It's always just like open on the street. I will not be able to sleep there. So I don't know what to do now. I need to do some more research now. There's a camping spot like 25 kilometers back the road in the other direction. Maybe I need to do that. I was sleeping outside last week or last day. I'm sweated. I need to wash. This is the challenges of overlanding, and the challenge really is it's getting dark, right? At 8 o'clock it's dark here, and we have like at the moment it's 7. It's 6:45, so I'm really running out of time. I'm not gonna ride the road during night, and I cannot find a camping spot during night. So that's the challenge now. I knocked at the door, nobody opened. I knocked at the other door, nobody opened. I went around, see if there's a different entrance. Knocked at the door again, nobody opened. Went to the neighbors, tried to find out how to say "excuse me, please" in Russian. I screamed it over the fence over there with "Privyet, hello," and then they came out. They were trying to reach the lady who's living there. It took time. Nobody could answer me if they have a free bed. And then the lady who's living there, she called somebody who was able to talk English. Nobody speaks English here, by the way. She could talk English. I was on the phone with her, and she helped me to kind of. She wanted to give me an address where they have a bed, and I couldn't believe it. The address is here actually. Yeah, the perfect thing is there's a gate, and I can lock the bike inside. Wow, how cool is that? I'm happy now. Okay, we still have 38 degrees and it's almost getting dark. We had 39 degrees while I was riding. I'm soaked wet. I'm waiting for the owner now to show me the final room and agree on the final price, but I think it will be okay. I'm happy. This was really intense ride. Not speaking the language, not being able to book online. So there's no booking.com, there's no hostel world. It doesn't work here. I should have downloaded a local app like with Russian letters and things, but I don't have that. So it's the proper old way of finding a place to sleep. And I'm not very much trained on that one, but in the end now it worked out. So this is the military checkpoint, entering into Dagestan. Obviously that's an area separated, and I think they just do this for security here. I was aware of that, so no big stress here. Let's just take the phone number and the passport and everything, put it into the documents and into the systems, and that's it. Heading further now, we have like 35 degrees. It's really, really hot in the sunshine. And yeah, let's do this. All right, I'm riding this road through the, not desert, but there's not much growing on the ground. It's just straight roads, very hot, 36 degrees now. And this road is fairly okay, actually. A little bit empty, but there is not much. So this is a space like every 50 kilometer like that. I found a shadow place to just like park briefly, drink some water, relax, and then head further back on the road. I arrived in Astrakhan, which is close to Kazakhstan already. Was pretty much on the road the whole day. I think I started at 9, now it's 6:30. I didn't do any breaks, I had no lunch. I'm there now. The second hotel I went to had a room, the last room. They have parking for motorbike. It's the last room, it's also a little bit more expensive, so this is 41 euros, but it's also a large one. I'm not sure if I need that, and it's only free for one night. I'm gonna take that, so I will cover the bike now, lock it, I'm gonna have a shower. I will see if there's some place to eat around and have a decent dinner, obviously enjoying it. Although the road was really hot today. I mean, like, it went up to 93 degrees while riding, like not stopping the bike and waiting until the temperature rises. 93 degrees while riding, sunshine, desert, nothing around me, just some oil fields and bushes. It was really, really crazy. Happy to be here now, and let's do this. I just crossed the border out of Russia into Kazakhstan. It's so hot, 36 degrees Celsius. They let me wait in the sun. I mean, like, you enter the border area. So Russia was okay. They just wanted to check my bags. Easy, very quickly. Short interview. I needed to write some stuff down, like how do I think about the war, how do I think about Ukraine, how do I think about the Crimea region, and these kind of things. I just answered all with neutral. Then I went into Kazakhstan. When you enter the border area, they let me wait in the sun for like 10 minutes. They were going through the pages of my passport all the time. I'm not sure, I think they were waiting for some money, but I didn't pay them. I was just standing there. After 10 minutes I asked, like, okay, and then they gave it to me. They want to talk, they're very friendly, they're welcoming. They said, like, hey, welcome to Kazakhstan. Everybody says that, so they are nice. Yeah, then you go to the checkpoint, you hand in your passport, your motorcycle papers. They want to look at you, they take pictures. And then the first time I had to check, they checked my bags, like when I get into a country. They checked it in Russia, they checked it here. And then I was standing in the sun again, burning down sun, unpacked the bags, packed them again. Now I'm stopping here to kind of pack them properly, a little bit in the shadow. I'm done, I need to drink something now, and then I will hit the road. I heard the road's gonna be very bad today. I'm gonna head to a campsite, which is probably about 3.5 hours ride from here. So as the first leader has gone drinking, I'm just gonna refill my bottle with my awesome Moskomoto water storage. It takes at least 2 liters of water in addition. I'm running with 3.5 liters. Should be fine. I mean, like, you find bottled water everywhere, but it's always good to be safe. I forgot to take the insurance. It took me another 45 minutes to get that down there, and one of these small places that you can see over there. It was air conditioned, which is good, but I'm fully soaked now. It's so hot, I don't know. I bought another 2 liters of water. I just squeezed them in, But now heading the road, I hope I can go a little bit more faster to get a little bit more air and flow and get a little bit cooler. Let's get this going.
Took the road to Atyrau, which was surprisingly brand new tarmac, and then headed further to Beyneu, a small village, the last settlement before heading into Uzbekistan.
We have some camels in town from Camely. Crazy. They're not wild, they're marked. It's still funny. The road is empty. Just camels and me. Nice.
Just some 5 kilometers where original Kazak road.
Alright folks, I arrived at the Dala camping. Nice spot. The sun is about to set. I had some nice food already, kind of dinner. Very good beef soup, amazing. And now I'm gonna pitch the tent. Hello! Hello! These are the children from the campsite. Very, very cute. It's fun, really fun. Alright folks, I just arrived at this place. They call themselves Bakerist. And I was treated by one of the locals who came with a really big Mercedes. He was talking to me, asking where I'm from, and he bought some stuff. I don't know what it is actually. Coffee, tea. I don't know what's that. This is like on this package is like it's like $20 US. I don't know what's inside. I added just some sandwich. Let's see what that is. Very friendly people. This is amazing. I'm impressed a lot.
Next.
Okay.
Home. Kazak home.
Aha.
Kazak home.
Very low table.
Yes.
We were given these local style hats as a present.
Very good, nice. We love it, thank you. Alright everyone, we're standing at the border between Europe and Asia from a continental point of view. That's the river Ural, which is geographically the border. In Atyrau, Kazakhstan, just in one of these parks, hanging out a little bit after some dinner. Early dinner, late lunch. This is the Ural River. We're standing on the Asian side. On the other side, it's continental Europe. Being in Kazakhstan, I sometimes feel like being on a different planet. You can't read any of the texts. You cannot look into the shops, so the windows are all kind of blacked out. You don't see what is inside. The logos that you see of the shops, I don't know what they mean. I have no connections to them. And if you ask somebody, they don't speak English. So it's like a different planet here, which is making it really funny. So we just got some earplugs because I lost mine, and we're gonna go to Steppe in the next few days with long distance riding. It's better to protect the ears, so we're all safe now again.
And then I couldn't believe I could read something.
The machine is standing slightly uphill, so the oil level should actually be would actually be a little bit higher if it would stay straight. Can you go to the right?
Yep.
Further?
To the right.
It's not there. It's not there. Okay, now we see it. Okay, and now we go back to the middle.
Okay.
Middle now, yeah. Okay. So it's too much oil, which is not good for the engine. This will destroy the engine, as far as I'm aware. This is not cool. This is not what I paid for. This is not a good service. I cannot appreciate that. I'm sorry. So what we did is, it's night already now. I have like 100 mosquito bites, but this was really important now. I had two strong friends helping me tilting the bike to the side so I could see the level of the oil coming up. I had a pump with me that I was normally using to kind of pump out the fuel from the fuel tank into my MSR cooker stove. And I use it now to pump out the oil. This is the amount of oil we had to take out in order to bring it just under the high indicator, which is probably 0.25 liters at least, and that's just fairly unacceptable. I cannot appreciate it. This was very bad service, and from now on I will do the stuff myself. You cannot trust the people, that's not okay. That's not just not okay.
So with a good amount of oil, I hit the road together with my two friends from Atyrau towards Beyneu. Kamali was very happy because she could meet many of her friends on the road. Nothing but wide and empty roads that took us to the horizon and beyond.
Hello, this is SmilingEagleAlex. We are in Beyneu, Kazakhstan at the moment. This is the last settlement before the Uzbek border in the western part. We came here 3 days ago from Atyrau, drove 5 hours through the desert and steppe. And this is really a crazy place. I feel like being on a different planet. I can't read anything, I can't talk to anybody. It takes ages to get things organized. It's very hot but enjoyable. Tomorrow we're gonna head further towards the Uzbek border. We're expecting another 5 to 6 hour ride plus border crossing time. The road will be even worse, so we're expecting dirt road and very crazy experience. Yeah, let's do this. I'm excited about it. I'm taking like a little bit rest at the moment. Okay, no idea what to find in this store. Can anybody read that? I can't. Same here, no idea what to find in this store. The next one is a little bit easier. That's pretty clearly a pharmacy. Yes, we figured that. I'm looking for a supermarket to just get some water. Not sure, maybe I just ask some people in Russian. They don't understand English, they don't understand, and I can speak Kasak. So we just trick it out, right? This is how we read the menu in Kazakhstan. We don't understand anything. Only Google Translate brings that through. Hey there, happy day. I'm currently in Kazakhstan. I now take the opportunity to talk a little bit about my experience crossing from Georgia into Russia. So the other day I was wild camping quite close to the border. Beautiful scenery, beautiful spot, 4 kilometers away. The alarm rang at I think 5:30 in the morning. I packed my stuff, hit the road at 6. I drove there to the border. It was very busy, so lots of cars and trucks. That's kind of a waiting time for these guys for like 6-7 hours. I'm lucky with the motorbike, I could pass most of the places. And I think I skipped the queue for like 30-40 minutes. I got there, stopped at the kind of immigration point, handed my passport papers to the immigration officer, and yeah, they checked it and they didn't want to give me my papers back. So then a guy came who was able to speak English. Those people normally are not able to speak English. And he asked me to go through, also through customs and everything, and put the bike there. Let it sit there and wait for like 5 to 10 minutes. I thought, okay, what shall I do? I start with a bike immigration, temporary import. And I had the forms pre-filled, so everything was cool, I thought. I handed it in, but they said, oh no, you need to have it on one piece of paper, 2 sides. I had it like only on like
2 pieces of paper, so I had to rewrite it. Then you have to kind of queue again, and she is kind of telling you that it's written wrong, you need to correct it. So she's closing the door again, and you have to correct it again, and that goes back and forth for like, I don't know, like 2 times. Other people are obviously also queuing, correcting their forms. Yeah, after like 45 minutes doing that stuff, I was wondering like, where's my passport, right? Do I need it to kind of finish the temporary import? And the guy said, yeah, I need to get my passport first. So I went back to the immigration point and asked for my papers. They said like, that they phoned somebody, they said like, no. And I thought they probably just want to do some identity checks, I don't know. So I went back, trying to finalize the immigration stuff. She was asking for the passport, I didn't have it, and so I went back again to the immigration point asking like, passport please? And they said no. Then it didn't take long, and a tall guy, military equipment, came and said like I should follow him. There was another guy from, I think from Georgia, who was also there, and we were taken to a rather small room, maybe like 2.5 square meters, with 4 doors going into other further rooms. He asked me to sit down on a bench, and I realized, oh, I forgot my bag with my valuables. And the military guy was gone, so I was just going out of that room again and getting my bag, because I thought, I mean, I have nothing to kind of hide or something, but I wanted to have my bag because I didn't want to have it stolen. So I went back to that room. Everything was cool, nobody was there, but suddenly that Georgian guy came out, and he said like, they took his phone. And I said like, oh no. I had this interview with a person in Georgia about freedom, a professor. That professor is on blacklists. He's proclaiming freedom. He's not doing it in the way that the government wants it to have. And I deleted it from the phone earlier, but I recognized that I did not delete my backup. And I was just starting to think, right, this is Russia. This is not like, they're not gonna kind of scroll through my pictures, because especially that guy from Georgia, then he was getting more and more nervous because time was running. It took them 10 minutes, 20, half an hour, 45 minutes, and he didn't get his phone back. And people were just going in and out from his room. So I was pretty sure they're just gonna plug something in, get all the data off, and then just index it and do automatic checks, right? And that would obviously include also the backups that were not deleted. And I said, okay, I better delete my VPN clients now. I'm not sure if VPN clients are allowed. But besides that, I didn't do anything else to my phone. I said like, what should I do? I need to explain, and that should be okay. Nothing was happening. Nobody was asking me into a room for minutes and minutes. But for the Georgian guy, he was very nervous. He was very unhappy about the situation, and he was talking a lot to me also. And then 2 tall military guys in uniform came and went into his room, like into the room where his phone was in. And he couldn't stand it, so he was walking around and knocking at the door, and they opened it, he said, and they just looked at it and closed it again. So, and obviously this made me also a little bit nervous, right? Because there was some tension. I think I waited for like at least 75 minutes until I was asked to get into the room. By that I wasn't really sure, because I'm carrying like 2 phones. Which phone shall I give them if they ask, like the real one or like more like the GPS one? I thought like, no, I'm gonna give them the real one if they ask, because you don't want to kind of mess with them, right? And the guy who asked me to get into the room, he was not smiling. He was very serious. He was a little bit younger. He asked me to sit down. He asked like, Alexander. I said, yes, that's my name. And then he started to ask some questions. Like the proper questions that you're gonna get asked. Where am I from? What do I work? what is my travel route, whether I have family or not. I was referring to my parents and sister. He wanted to ask like what these people are doing, what they are working. And then he was asking like, how do I think about the war? Do I think that the Crimea region is part of Russia? How do I think about the Olympic Games opening ceremony? And I felt like, what should I do, right? I was answering everything very honestly. And very neutral also. I played the traveler game. I'm not into politics. Obviously people getting killed is bad in the war. But it was kind of, it was, you do not want to mess up, so you just try to be as honest as possible because that's the easier thing. But still, it is, you are under tension, right? Because you never know what is the next question. And you don't want to, kind of mess with them. I had the feeling, because obviously I got that guy under control. I'm a salesperson. I can talk to people. I can feel I can feel the situation, deal with it. And I think it turned a little bit away from some kind of an interrogation into that guy trying to explain me his situation, which felt a little bit like a release to me at that point of time. But I also felt a little bit kind of irritated. So he said like, the Western people are kind of destroying his country. And he said like that the opening ceremony for him was frightening. And when I say like sad, like, I mean like he could understand English when I was talking it and talking slowly, and he was always asking the question through a translator. So overall it was kind of really weird. And after like, I think like 20 minutes, probably a little bit more than 20 minutes, he suddenly gave me a smile, said like, okay, stamp passport. He took my passport, went out to the immigration point and helped me to get that stamp and handed me my papers. I went to the temporary import point where the people have changed shift already. And some papers I left there, and I was wondering, did they all manage that? And the new lady there was very friendly, which the other one was not. The new lady was very friendly. She filled it out and gave it to me within like 12 minutes or so. I was very happy. I had everything. I was kind of free to enter the country, and also very, very released that they didn't take my phone, because I mean, like, if they want to take it, they shall take it, right? They shall read it. There's nothing that I have to hide, but it causes shitloads of work because that would have meant I needed to change all my passwords. And, you know, like, you have so many accounts, like banking accounts, where you have passwords like, for a long time, a single password that you do not use anywhere else, and you remember that. You do not want to change them all. And that would have been a huge mess. I'm very happy that I did not have to do that. That made life much easier for me. Felt really happy, and I jumped on Camely, went down the road and bought some insurance. It's like 30 euros for like 15 days. It's really funny that they say like, I go there and say like, hey, what's the price? She said like, it's coming from the system. And I asked her, give me a rough indication, like with a translator, right? Give me a rough indication. She's like, system. I said, like, let's do it. Then she's typing everything in, passport, from the papers. It takes like 10 minutes, 15 minutes until there's everything. Then she gives you the price, and she said like 30 euros. And I said like, no, it's too expensive. I know that other people only paid like 8 to 10 euros. And she said, there's nothing she can do. It's from the system. Then she goes down 5 euros to 25. I was like, what's that? Give it me for 8 or not at all. So then I went to the other place, and they made it for like 12 or something. I was like, okay, let's do it for 12. They handed it in, like in the system and everything, typing again, waiting again. So it takes lots of time. You need to be patient. You need to be easy peasy to get things going. And then I had everything. Thanks for staying with me. If you liked that episode, just give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe to the channel right now. Click the button so you not miss any of the future adventures.
Book recommendations. The Café on the Edge of the World by John Strelecky. I think it's a must-read for every travel enthusiast. It gives a lot of inspiration about finding the meaning of life. I can just highly recommend it. I got it 7 years ago as a present from one of my former teachers, and I have never regretted reading that book. I think it's more than 10 million copies sold now, and it's available in German and English language. Asking one question. Let me give you a quick wrap-up about the book. Axel Fritz is a successful salesperson in the IT industry. One day, he decided to quit his job and sell all his belongings. He left his home in Germany to live with only a backpack and to meet interesting people around the globe. Repeatedly, he asked one question to find inspiration about the meaning of happiness in order to finally discover his own individual definition of it and to live a happier life. The short stories are taken from 25 real conversations the author had with people and friends during his travels. A must-read for travel enthusiasts and anybody who wants to live a happier life. I will link all the books in the description. Check them out now. That was Russia and Uzbekistan. If you like this episode, give it a like, a comment, share, and certainly subscribe to the channel right now to not miss any of the future adventures. Next time we're heading into Uzbekistan, that's gonna be legendary. See you there.